Cape Disappointment is home to a Washington State Park and U.S. Coast Guard base. Over the years, this place has had multiple names.
So the first name for this area was Cayce, given by the Chinook Indians.
As for its current one, well, if you've ever wondered what a cape is, here's Washington State Park Ranger Aaron Webster.
A cape is just any landform that juts out into a body of water.
And while we're at it, disappointment means sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations. That feeling is exactly what happened to British explorer John Meares. But before we talk about Meares...
One of the first explorers here was a guy named Bruno.
Wait, I thought we didn't talk about Bruno.
Even though we don't talk about Bruno, I'm going to mention Bruno. He was an early Spanish explorer, Bruno Heceta, who sailed the entire west coast and thought he found a river here.
Heceta never entered the river because the surf was too rough and his crew was getting sick. So he made a note on a map and kept going. He actually called the area Cabo San Roque. And a dozen years later, that's where John Meares entered.
So with Bruno's map in hand, he came here with high hopes of actually finding this river and claiming it for England.
And because video didn't exist, here's what I imagine Meares' voyage looked like. He sails by the mouth, finds the opening, except for him, he doesn't see a river. He notes in his journal, after we rounded the promontory, a large bay, as we'd imagined, open to our view. His happy face turning disappointed. Noting again in his journal, we can now with safety assert that there is no such river as that of St. Roque exists, as laid down in the Spanish charts.
So he called the bay Deception Bay because he felt that Bruno had deceived him, and he called this landform Cape Disappointment.
And you know what? While we're talking about the river, a third explorer came here, this time in 1792. American Robert Gray is believed to be the first to cross the Columbia Bar, sailing with his ship, the Columbia Rediviva,
which partially settled America's claim on this land. And that's why I'm a state park ranger and not a Canadian Mountie.
The name of Cape Disappointment would stick, and if you're wondering, the Columbia was actually named after Gray's ship. And that's what's in a name.